Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. My name is Splattercat. We are playing Mountain Blade Warband, and in this episode, I'm not really sure what we're gonna do. I'll fess up. Right here in the front, bald-faced, I'm not gonna lie. There's not a whole lot of things that we need to take care of right now. It's mostly just defending our own territory and making sure that Rhodox doesn't retaliate. Now, we've done a pretty good job of that in the previous episode. We found ourselves fending off multiple lords. We managed, I think we took out 4. We took out 4 greeny lords, and the rest have all been whacked now by our lords who are running rampant throughout their lands. We're gonna head out that way and see what other trouble we can get into, because that seems to be what makes for an interesting episode. I don't have the forces right now to take anything on my own, and I do wish that we could. I feel like sending everyone towards Sharice might be a nice idea. Let's see if we can't get down on that caravan before he makes it to Sharice. Yeah, there we go. So let's fight him. All of your goodie baskets are ours. That would be sort of humorous if after I said that, he ended up carrying around like everything that he has in his caravan is like gift baskets. It's like, my lord, it was for the gift basket convention. Like, oh, well then. That went far more literal than I expected. These guys should really think about updating their deer. Are they updating their deer? They're just rolling around with a bunch of ridiculous... They're just rolling around with woodland hoofed creatures in the back of their force. You know, no, they should update their gear. I feel like these guys never have the forces they need to truly defend themselves. Like, 45 men can be very, very dangerous, but I always feel like everything's like middle tier to bottom tier whenever I go up against one of these caravans. I'm being shot too much. There we go. I'm just gonna slow down. We're gonna fight him right here. He's trying to stab me with a club. You know that you've become... You've upgraded your ingenuity when you put a spike on the end of a blunt object so that you can occasionally thrust with it. Well, then why not just get a sword, man? Well, I want to bludgeon and I also want to stab. Oh, well, I guess that makes sense then. Or you could just make a sword with, like, a clubbed backhand on it, but that would make it unbalanced, so I don't know. Maybe he's got the right idea. I could be wrong. We'll capture these caravan guards because there's nothing else to capture. Why not? Any goodies? Yay, some sausages and also some cabbages. I was hoping we'd get a little bit of food here. Take all of their goodies. I'm not going to take the rest of it, and then we'll vendor it off once we get to a location that's worth vendoring. I want to send everybody to Sharice for a siege, but let's see if we can do it. Let's spend this episode. We're going to look for a new shield, and we're also going to see if we can't rope together some lords to go fight at Sharice. Let's see what this first little group of guys says. I want to ask you... Well, may I suggest a course of action? I don't know you well enough. Okay. That's cool, that's cool. There's a difficult job I need done, Mad Dog McGriddle. You may be the one to carry it off. We need to capture a noble lord and bring him back. Consider it done. I have a lord. Can I send him straight from my castle to here? Or do I... Okay, I need to go get him. Let's go back to our castle then, and we'll grab our noble lord from Uhun, I believe. And then we'll track this guy back down, and hopefully we'll be able to... Oh, I think I'm on good terms with the king. We might try and send him over to Sharice and see if we can go 500 versus their 250. I realize it's not in our favor to do so, but we could try it. I think we can go towards... Ah, he's going towards Sharice. We may want to try this one out then. I'll follow him back over there in just a moment. But first we need to grab a lord out of our garrison. Did we sell them both or did he escape? I thought we only sold one of them. Well, damn, I have egg on my face now. I'm not going to be able to deliver on that promise. We've also... Why is our company size a little bit smaller? It was 104 in the last episode. Party report. That's a little bit strange. It was 104 in the previous episode. Now it's 103. I have to do some further digging. I'm going to have to get my mole on to figure out whether or not that's proper or not. We have Count Mary here. I knew we had somebody. Where is Count Mary here? He's not in my inventory. Oh, there he is right there. What? Hold on. Oh, that's because he's on the right. I'm an idiot. Sometimes. Nope, I need this lord, and I'm going to take him back to... Emir Rayfard. Where is he at? Controversy 42. Okay. Alright, let's go talk to Jarl Aiden for a minute. After consulting with the peers of the realm, Sultan Hakim has given you Bulugur. Yes, I will take Bulugur. Where is Bulugur? Oh, it's way over there. Okay, so that's nice. That's a little piece of land that I don't mind taking. Let's see if we can find ourselves Emir, whatever the hell his name is. Emir Rayfard. He's in the field and he's close to Tillim Saul. Oh, he's raiding. Okay. He's raiding. It seems to be a large portion of any part of these wars, so, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do in order to make that money. Sharice is under assault by the king. Wonder how long I have until he tries to take the walls. We have 420 something, and I can't imagine that the losses would be that massive so long as we could take the walls first. If we could take the walls first, I think we'd be alright. Let me go down to Tillim Saul really fast. Well, I see a large chain of looted provinces with no one else, with nary a person around for me to talk to. Well then, I guess we'll hang out here. Let's wait and see if any other Sarenids come by, and if they do, we'll try and take this bugger back. We could get ourselves into a lot of trouble, though. The king is going to be mighty, mighty angry at us if this doesn't go well. It's a long siege period, too. It's taken a while. I probably have time to write about and find somebody else to send over here, but I'm not friends with a lot of people in the kingdom. I haven't gone to a lot of the feasts. I haven't been doing a lot of the random stuff that raises your acclaim among the kingdom. Unfortunately, oh good, Bolugur paid its back taxes and we made a bunch of money. Nice. Uhun paid us terribly, though. I don't know what's going on with Uhun, but we need to figure out why we're not making any money there. Other lords? Where are the other lords at? Well, I guess I'll go back. Oh, and Ghouli's gonna send us a campaign. Okay, well, what is he gonna do? Let's go see if he's maybe... It's time to go on the offensive, but we must first assemble the army. He's close to Tashkulun, which is way up on that side of the kingdom. I think I'm gonna hang out with the king for a little bit, and we'll just sort of see what happens. I don't see any real need for me to abandon this because our reputation is on the line right now. Our neck may also be on the line, supposedly. I don't know. He seems like he get kind of grumpy if he gets himself beat up in this fight. It's sort of like when your friend picks a fight at the bar and then you end up getting an ass kicking for it. Like, part of it's worth it because that's what friends are for, but then on the other side you're like, man, you're kind of a dick, you know that? Hold on, I'm gonna wait for him to get done with whatever the hell it is that he's raiding. He's getting beat up by a caravan, dude. How you gonna get beat up by a caravan? Whatever, you deserve it. Yeah, don't take what you can't hold, pal. What did we learn? He's still trying to chase him down. Oh, he captured him. What do you know? Ah, everybody's coming down here to assist. Although they're all using up their troops chasing down caravans, which is kind of an idiotic move. The quest has been canceled, and so we probably have a little bit more time just to sit here before we jump in on this fight. Although they need to keep themselves out of trouble. They're wasting all of their units down here fighting with that. We need to go find some food. Let's go back to Durkuba. Yeah, morale is low, unfortunately. We haven't been fighting the good fight lately. And see if they'll go through the pig. I usually try and avoid taking pig with me, simply because they don't eat it and it just sits there and rots. I'll sell off some of this stuff to make a bit more money. I do wish that you could raise their wages in an attempt to stave off the chance that they'll desert, because if you pay people enough, they'll stick around for just about anything. We're gonna make a run up to Halmar, too. Yep, losing troops like crazy. What's our reports at? We're at morale of 27. Maybe I should be picking fights with all those caravans. They've ate 12 of it, so it's not so terrible. We'll take the grapes, the cheese, we'll grab some of this other stuff. It's going to be expensive, but we got to do what we got to do to keep people happy here. And then we'll head back down to Sharice, and maybe we'll raid a couple caravans along the way, make sure that we keep ourselves a little bit higher up on morale, because I can't have people deserting right now. I just cannot have that, so... Let's go pick a fight. I'm I'm not going to set anything up. In fact, we're just going to play damage control right now with our morale. It's dropping pretty rapidly, and I'm not able to find a whole lot of ways to keep it evened out. It seems like unless I keep myself just in a perpetual state of war, my troops are going to desert. Which is disappointing. Like, I feel like based on your renown, they should follow you basically to the ends of the earth, depending on how famous you are and how well you lead them. Or they should do like how many victories you've had in the last year, like the last 6 months or whatever. Kind of balance it out that way. If you've been losing like crazy, then yeah, people should be deserting all over the place. I mean, the game isn't using like a levy system or anything. If it had a levy system, some of the mods use a levy system where you have to balance taking people from certain provinces because they get grumpy after a little bit. And so you've got to relieve people of duty, send them back, and then you go to a new place. There we go. So hopefully we'll get like 10 morale from this maybe. Oh, 3 morale. Not nearly what I was going for. Oh, you know what the morale drop is probably from? It's because I have so many... it's because we're at war with Rhodoks and I have so many Rhodoks troops. That's what it is. Now that I'm thinking about it a little bit clearer. There's nothing going on over here. He's still sieging it. I'm going to abandon that front just slightly and see if I can't find more people to fight with. I do wish that everybody would stop raiding these caravans because it is getting in the way. Like, the lures just kind of latch on to anything they want. They're like little magnets, and unfortunately they're not leaving a whole lot of stuff for me to raid to get my morale up. But then again, if you really think about it, they're probably trying to keep the morale up on their troops too, so maybe I don't blame them. Okay, I do blame them, but not quite as much as I might were they players. And then I'd be like, yeah, get away, this is my spawn. .42 damage to the dome right there. And none of these troops are going to be high enough level to kill anybody, I don't think. I mean, these are really, really low level troops. I don't tend to use any of the caravan series of guards. The caravan guards become, oh, manhunters maybe? I don't think they do actually. I think manhunters and slave guards and everything are completely different. How come I'm the only person getting shot with arrows right now? Every single person is aiming at me. It's like the game knows that if it beats me, it doesn't have to fight this battle. God, so many. If they kill my horse. We just unlamed him. Like, we took him to school, we made him one of the cool kids. It was like one of those teenage dramas where, like, you start out as the nerd and he was totally lame. But then we introduced him to surgery and then he became like the cool kid. And then he went to the prom and then he got a bucket of blood dropped on his head. And then he did horsey telekinetics, which then, like, killed everybody. But it's okay because we gave him a pardon because we own the land. It was the high school at Bulagor, I'll be honest. And so, because we own the place, we kind of swept it under the rug. We used our Nerd Castle CIA to just kind of bury the whole thing. Yay, 3 more morale. And then we made a friend, kind of. Some more loot and some more food, so that's fine. Let me talk to Tysa. Go to... We want Sharice. Why is Sharice gone? Interesting. What has happened? Uh-oh. Did something bad happen down here that canceled the siege or something? Because nobody else seems like they want to go down here. I bet we could take this place. Let's see. I don't know why his siege isn't going through. Is he just like... And it won't let me besiege it either. Did we make peace, maybe? Hold on, did I not notice? No, they're still revengeful. They are not fans of us right now. So why can't I siege this place? It seems like it's bugged. Maybe that's why nobody's sieged it. We don't even have the option to... Yeah, Sharice is no longer on the list. Well, I guess we'll hang out with the king for just a little bit longer, keep raiding caravans, and... If nothing happens, nothing happens. I'm not sure what's going on. He's been sitting there for a while, though. Oh, we're going to jump in on that one. We're going to fight with Clargy Boy one more time. Clargy is one of those old enemies that we fought with on multiple occasions, and for whatever reason, I really like just grabbing the back of his head and just smushing it into the cake. For some reason. I don't know why. I just really enjoy abusing Clargus. It's a strange thing. He's like my personal whipping boy. He's always running around with noob armies though too. It's kind of his own fault. Like, why would you try and reinforce a location with an army full of recruits and like nobodies? I just don't see the point. It seems as though that's not going to go well for you ever. I mean, to a certain extent you can overwhelm an enemy with superior numbers in this game, but after a while veterancy just comes into play, and like, if you can have probably 500, 600 recruits and they're not going to be able to overwhelm an army of like 100 Huskarls, you know, it's just not going to happen. It's one of those battles that almost wasn't even worth the effort. We're killing people here that aren't even worth killing. They don't contribute anything to the war effort on the part of their lord, and they're just kind of meat shields, I guess. Is that everybody? There they are right there. Professional arrow stoppers. Those low-tier troops. What's your job? Well, try not to get hit in the chest with an arrow long enough to become the next tier. That's your job. Like, this resume kind of sucks. I updated my CV for this. Oh god. I don't even think it gave us morale for that. Yeah. We're at 59 now, though. That's not so terrible. Are you ever going to attack this thing? Like, it's shit or get off the pot time, man. Like, why is nothing happening here? I feel like I broke the game. Unless he's trying to starve it out, which would be kind of weird. I've never seen the AI try and starve out a siege before. I guess we'll go back over to Durkuba. We do need to find... We still have Emir riding around us with, right? Yeah. Let's go find... We need to track down... What was his name? Let's make sure I've got the right name here. We need to find Emir Rayfard. Let's go find Rayfard. He's headed to Distar Castle. Which last time I looked, Distar was over here somewhere. Yeah, we gotta ride way out into the boonies to do this. The music in the game right now sort of reminds me of the music in Quest for Glory 4. Oh good, we're under attack by somebody. I don't see it being raided. That's weird. I'm afraid to pull away now because we didn't kill the guy that did it, but we need to get back in over here. Well, we got that guy with 71 who's coming by, so maybe we'll have time. That was one of my favorite games. I don't know if you guys have ever played it, but Quest for Glory was a point-and-click RPG back in the day, which did have like a battle system. The battle system in Quest for Glory 4 was almost similar to like a medieval Street Fighter, almost, which was kind of cool. I really liked that. But on the side, it was also a point-and-click, like, investigative, like, kind of find the item adventure, which I really, really enjoyed. What's up, Ghoulie? Is anybody else here? No. Where is Rayfart? I grow tired of his shenanigans. He's close to Halmar. Of course, we missed him. We rode right by him. Damn it. How does this happen every time I'm looking for somebody? I would blame it on my terrible spotting skill, but our spotting skill is actually pretty high. Is that him right there? No, it's Brula. A group of 58 deserters. Oh my god. We should probably handle that too. There he is. Rayfard, take your lord. And there it is. So we'll get ourselves 2,500 experience for that, 2,000 dinars. And we made a friend. He should like us a lot better. That quest... Oh, never mind. He only gave us 2 relation. Well, that's weak. Let me see if I can send him to fight with Sharice. Yeah, Sharice still isn't feeling it. Kind of an odd situation right here. It continues to be under siege, though, which is making me a little bit confused. Grab some babbages. There we go. And we've got enough food there. Let's sell off some of this random stuff that we beat off the peasants back there. And once we've taken our ill-gained loot, we can go back and check on the king one more time. I mean, I would assume that eventually he's going to starve it out. Assuming he himself does not starve out. Did we level up on that? Oh, we did. Fantastic. I was going to level something up. Oh, it was trainer. That's right. Let's get ourselves a bit more... Part of me wants to keep leadership going. Because it continues to lower our troop wages, which is always really, really nice. We've got it reduced by 30% right now. And 35% might be even better. But I think we should probably go with a bit better training. So we'll put a point into intellect. And maybe put it into... It might be worthwhile either putting it into prisoner management or persuasion. Because down the line, we are going to be trying to convince people to join our faction. Let's go with persuasion for a little bit, and we'll save the extra point for later on down the line, I think. I said that phrase like 12 times now, and I feel guilty about it. So I'm going to apologize now. We've been talking about down the line all over the place, and I think that the line is tired of us talking about it. The line's ears have been burning for the last couple hours. We don't need any of them. Well then, let's go check on the king and make sure he hasn't been attacked or anything of that nature. Are we at war with anybody else right now? I do feel like... Okay, so we're still only at war with our friends from Rhodox. Is there anything interesting happening here? No. Nope, not a thing. Well then, I guess I'll press a little bit deeper. I'm impressed that they took Jamish, basically based upon the fact that it was so well defended that, you know, it's a little interesting that they were able to knock it over given how many sharpshooters and sergeants they had up in there. I think they had 130. It's 60 sergeants and 70 sharpshooters. Must have been a hell of a force to send up in there. There's Nalcha and Nuam. Let's run down Nalcha. We'll fight with him before we end the episode. And once again, we're not going to set up any battle formation. We're just going to go for it. Let everybody have their time in the sun. We've had a vitamin E deficiency lately within the force. Like, we've had a lot of trouble making sure that everybody has been nutritionally satisfied. And while some amount of sickness is definitely expected for medieval times, it's been getting way, way out of control. So, more sunlight. Part of the problem is that we all ride around in metal cloaks like this. You never get exposed to the sunlight. You gotta come all the way up a hill to fight with this guy, and it's probably gonna knock somebody's horse out from under him. Most importantly, probably mine. But once we get up the hill, these guys are hosed. Like a new car. Or a kitty litter box. I kind of feel bad for them. They need to do more curls or something. They can't even get through my armor with like their simple swings. No, we lost a... How do we always lose a Mamluk? My Mamluks are so stupid. It frustrates me. They're terrible at doing their job. Nobody else ever dies but the Mamluks. I'm getting vulged right now. It's always in our best interest not to be vulged. So I'm going to try and divulge myself. Help out some of these guys over here on the side because they are getting mob deep. That guy's cutlass is all red with the blood of his foes. He was getting it on. He was being the Marbo of his group, but unfortunately we ended his career prematurely. He was destined to be somebody, but not anymore. Now he's destined to be Crowfeed. Ah, there are some units we can capture here. What do I want? I shall take the knight, I shall take the sharpshooter, and I shall take the footman. Everything else, I don't care about that. That's fine, whatever. Got a force coming back in right now. Maybe chase them across the bridge and see where this thing ends up. Yeah, let's do it. Let's just chase them over the hills and dales and glens and whatever. Once we finally get to beat them up. It looks like we're going up against a traitor too, which is doubly. We need to pierce this gentleman repeatedly and be like, this is what happens to traitores. He's probably the one's been sending assassins and things at us. God, corrupting the people of Peshmi. I can't punish them, I can only punish the corrupting influence. I tried flogging the peasants anyways, it just made them more resentful. They just sent more assassins, which I then had to kill. The body count went up after I flogged them. So, you know, kind of sometimes you gotta know when to back off a strategy and realize that it's simply not working. Nothing left to do over here. Except slay. Slaying like Santa up in here. Will you please just let me hit you? That guy was juking everywhere. That guy was all over the place. He drank his coffee this morning. He had his double, triple mega shot of espresso. And yes, I know it's called espresso. I say it like that to bother people. On purpose. Poking the tiger. You remember my story. Poking the tiger. Continuously. The story of my life. They had a kid where I think it was at the zoo near where I live, where some kid shot a tiger. So there was like a tiger in an exhibit, and he shot it with a slingshot, and the tiger climbed up the wall, like cut itself up on the barbed wire, came through and killed this little kid. And then they euthanized the tiger. And I was of a dual mind there. I was like, well, he did shoot it with a slingshot. I mean, what did he think was gonna happen? I don't feel like it's fair to kind of kill the tiger for protecting itself. I am all about self-defense, and that tiger wanted that little kid. Then again, it is a tiger chewing up a little kid, so I don't know. I don't feel qualified to offer my lack of expertise on this subject. In either case, it was one of those odd things that when you saw it on the front page of the paper, it was like, tiger climbs out of exhibit and eats small child, and you could tell that every single newspaper was like trying to lie about it, because nobody brought up the slingshot, except for like one or two papers on the side that were like, oh yeah, he shot the tiger with a slingshot first. All the other ones were trying to sweep it under the rug, nothing like journalistic integrity. You gotta tell the whole story. I mean, it's easy to be like, evil tiger, until you find out the little kid was shooting it with BBs, and you're like, really? Like, he learned a hard life lesson that day. That's evolution in motion right there. The caveman that shot a BB at the saber-toothed tiger was probably not around for very long. I mean, probably just needed better parenting, to be honest, but it's yeah, I think we could safely blame it on the parents then. What kind of parent lets their kid bring a slingshot into a zoo? No good can come from this. There is no ending to this story. Why do you need a slingshot in the zoo, little Timmy? Because reasons? I'm just trying to imagine trying to explain it to mom, like to my mom when I was a kid, just like, so why do you need to bring a wrist rocket into the zoo? Because I have totally innocent intentions. I have no reason to fire this at anything. I just want to carry it around with me. I know how I thought when I was a little kid. We about to shoot something up in here. I mean, I wouldn't have shot animals because I'm not a sociopath, but I mean, I'd be shooting it at trees and getting into all kinds of trouble. But I guess that takes us to the end of the episode. Let me sell off the remainder of these guys. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for another episode of Mount & Blade. I look forward to talking with you in the next episode. Pretty much about nothing. That's all we ever do here at the Nerd Castle is just kind of talk bullshit. But it seems to be a lot of fun. I'll see you guys in the next episode, and take care out there, everybody.